up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Bienvenido a Miami. Ow. Ow. Come on for pinching yourself. It was too high the other day. Too high. You know you're making me high. I get so high when I'm around you, baby. I can touch the sky. You know you're making me. All right, let's go. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. Okay, let's talk about Real Housewives of Miami. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here, honey, to talk about the Real Housewives of Miami. This is episode 6 recap. So let's start off from the beginning. I watched it last week. This is a week late, girl, but you'll be all right. And I kept saying to myself, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. And I was like, girl, you have the notes for Miami in your phone. Make the Miami video, okay? So that's what I'm doing today. So they start off where they left off, where Lisa is letting all the girls know that, honey, he didn't put you out. He didn't put you out. That's the girl. I just can't. I can't ever. I honestly, truly, seriously cannot in my head fathom somebody putting me out. I've never had that experience. I don't know what it feels like. I can't even imagine. Like I said, honey, that house would have been burnt down and everybody coming out. We would have been everybody coming out. Whoever comes out, that's it. You need to go find a home for you and the kids. This is the lowest of the lows that I've been in. Then girl, then here comes Adriana and Julia. They were eating the whole time. They were like, girl, what's going on over there? They already getting into some mess. Girl, they had missed everything. So she says, she says he told her, I want a divorce. They kept telling her, don't leave the marital home. Do not abandon your home. Then they found out that the girl follows her on IG. Larsa says she probably wants to hook up with you. She looks like a man. Let me tell you something, honey. She looks like a man today. If she fucking with Lenny, she won't look like a man next week. Why you playing? She's fucking with a plastic surgeon. So whatever she wants, honey. You can have whatever you like. I called her. I asked her, why are you dating my husband, honey? She says, well, you need to talk to your husband. The girls are giving her advice. Girl, you need to start retaining lawyers. This is Nicole. You need to start retaining lawyers. Don't leave the house. They telling her a bunch of stuff, right? Everybody's like, oh, well, we ain't never been through a divorce except for Alexia and Adriana, I think, have gone through a divorce. And Larsa, of course. But Gertie hasn't gone through a divorce, and neither has Julia, because I don't think Julia was married to either one of her children's fathers. And then who else? Marisol. I think Marisol. Has Marisol ever been married? I think Marisol was married and got a quickie divorce or something like that. It was something very quick, Marisol. They tell her start retaining lawyers. She says it sucks to be blindsided like this. 15 years, he doesn't even care about me. How can you turn around and throw me away? Like I said, I don't even know what she could be feeling at that time, because I can't imagine putting all my stock into a fickle person. I mean, a fickle man, but like literally people can wake up and decide, you know, I don't like you anymore. You gotta go. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you anymore. And I'm gonna trade you in after 15 years. Crazy. Um, he told her he's gonna start dating, and if you need to leave the house, unless you want to see me dating, said, this motherfucker is bold as shit. Bold as hell. If you don't want to see me dating, you need to leave this house. Because I'm going to be dating. I said, not if I can help it. Honey, it won't be no more house on Star Island. Honey. She said she didn't see that one. Somebody said I didn't see that one coming, or she didn't see. But there's no way. I mean, I think everybody was clear, especially when they came back last season, that Lenny, there was something about Lenny that was off as it related to his wife, Lisa, and everybody was watching it. And then I think that's why everybody was so confused as to why he asked for another baby, even though she went through so much. I could tell y'all be giving men babies. I'm like, I gave him a baby. Girl, I wouldn't give nobody nothing out of my body. Do you understand me? Like, give. I'm having a baby for you. What? I know this woman. She got remarried, and he wanted a baby. And she was like, okay, if we ever break up, the baby's going with you. And how does the story go? They broke up, and guess where that baby is? With him. She told him, if I have a baby, you want a baby? Okay, we're going to have a baby together. But if we ever break up, the baby's going to go with you. And that's what happened. And she kept her word. And she pays child support. I was just saying. But, I gave him a baby and all this stuff. Unless you're going to give him the baby for real. Because let me tell you something. Ain't no way. First of all, Lenny is telling her, I need for you to find a nanny because I want to go play tennis. We know, we done figured out tennis is the home girl, okay? The one told her, go talk to your husband. Don't call me. I'm not the one that made a vow to you, sweetie. He made a vow to you. And I know it's really effed up. But the fact that you want the woman to care more about your relationship more than the man, right? Because the excuse for his behavior is built into his identity, right? He's a man, so, but you expect more from the woman to honor your vows. You can be mad at the lady all you want because she knows he's married. Everybody knows Lenny is married. But the young crop coming out of the damn field, honey, it's time to harvest. And he's waiting to pick all the girls up. They had parties at their house. They're talking about we had parties she had all these women around her husband. That don't matter. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you something. Her husband sees women all day long. If he sees a woman that comes in his office who wants to have a procedure and he likes her, he could start dating her if he wants to. I mean, not if he wants to. I think it's unethical. I do, because, the doctor thing. They're your patient or whatever. But Lenny, ain't nothing gonna happen to Lenny. So you trying to talk to the woman? She didn't take the vows, honey. She did not take the vows. The women, throwing parties full of women. The women were trying to steal her husband, honey. And then Adriana said it. If he thinks she's worth losing his family, then he deserves her. I said, and you don't deserve that. That's what she told her. I said, come through, Adriana, with some advice real quick. They were all giving her advice, right? Retain the lawyers, don't leave the house, all this stuff. I want to save my marriage. I don't want to throw 15 years away. And I really, it's sad when I hear people frame their relationships that way. A relationship that is on its way out. Your husband says, I'm going to start dating. If you don't want to see me dating, you need to move out. And you are I want to save my marriage. She can't even cry because they done put so much damn Botox in her face. I want to save my marriage. I don't want to throw 15 years away. Instead of looking at, I made an investment for 15 years, I'm going to get rid of it and see what I got on my investment. I'm going to see what the return is on my investment with the divorce. 15 years of investing into a stock, and when it's all said and done, we need to see how much we're going to get back when we sell the stock back. That's the only thing I could look at it. And that's, I mean, like, instead of thinking, I think a lot of people hold on to relationships, familial, friendly, jobs, partners. They hold on to relationships because of the longevity that they've been with this person so long, so they feel they need to continue to be with this person so long, or this job, or this in this family, because you feel like, oh my God, I've invested so much. I don't want it. No, you need to get rid of it, because now it's going to start causing you pain. Now it's causing you needless suffering. So it's time to liquidate and let it go. Let it go. Don't try to work on nothing where a motherfucker has told you. Let me tell you something. I don't remember who said it. I don't remember which grandparent said it. But don't let a motherfucker tell you twice that he don't want you. You understand me? Did you hear what I said? Don't let a motherfucker tell you twice that he don't want you. One time. That's it. You don't want me? Fine. I'm gonna get my shit and get out of here. Yes, I'm gonna be crying and packing up my shit on Star Island, bitch, an $80 million house. I'm crying. I'm upset. But you're not gonna tell me twice. You're not gonna be, don't. You don't need to tell me twice. I'm good. I've learned my lesson with that. I'm sure some of y'all have learned your lessons with that too. And those who haven't had the lesson to learn, listen to your old friend. And let me tell you something, honey. Don't let a motherfucker tell you twice they don't want you. Okay? That's all you got to say. Everyone is calling their husbands. Would you do that to me? Oh my goodness. Can you believe it? Can you believe he put her out? Anthony was like, what? You know, Anthony, he's ready for the tea. What? He was like, what he did? He was like, that is not right. She was like, oh my God, I can't even imagine. And everybody's like, because Alexia is pissed off at Lenny because they're all friendly with him, right? And I think some of them had, Adriana, she had her breast done by him. They're all close to Lenny. So the fact that he's doing their homegirl like this, they're mad at him. And they have a right to be mad at him, especially kicking somebody out the house with kids. Like he doesn't even care about the children. That's what Marisol was like. Girl, he said, you need to take the kids. And what? Your kids need a house. What are you talking about? And my thing is, Lenny is so raggedy as hell. If you want me out of the house, nigga, find me a place. Find me a place and pay for it for 5 years. Pay for it until these kids turn 18. There we go. Girl, no. So I think according to the report, she's still in the house. I don't think he was able to like kick her out or something like that. It was something that I read that she was still in the house. So hopefully she is. Lenny's mom calls. She said he kicked the kids out, her and the kids, his mother. He didn't even he kicked his own mama out, right? His mama was the one that told her, we don't get divorced. Oh, here we are a few years later, ready to get divorced. Lady, I know moms be trying to say stuff. I don't know, but don't lie. We don't get divorced. Girl, don't lie. The driver snuck the woman in the house, honey. Lenny calls her. Lisa's telling him that woman better not be in the house with my kids and my belongings. I know that's right, because remember when was it April? Who had on it was April Jones over there with Tay Diggs, but she was in Nicole Young's house, Dr. Dre's ex-wife, trying on her shoes and clothes and shit. Y'all remember that? That's the part I think that is so hurtful, is that they literally, that's why I said they're fickle, because they literally can just be like, I'm done with you. get out, kids out, and I'm inviting somebody in our home with all of your shit here. Oh, we gonna fight. That's why people end up on these shows, and the women end up behind bars because they boom, and that's it. Because what are you doing? Like, it's just disrespect after disrespect. I appreciate people who get divorced or go through their transition of ending their marriage with respect. But like I said, like, that's why it's like, you at the beginning of the relationship, it's love, love, love. I want to spend forever with you. I love you, and I'll do this, and I'll do this, and let's do this, and do this, and do this, and do this, and do this forever. And then he decides one day, I don't want to be married to you. I'm gonna start dating. If you don't want to see me dating, bitch, get the fuck out and take the kids too. And if you can't find a nanny, because I'd really like to go play tennis, he don't give a shit. And he doesn't give a shit. And there's no consequence for the behavior. He already has a woman. He has money and a woman and access and resources based on that. So there's no real consequence to the behavior, to his behavior. No one is going to be like, oh my God, he did his wife so wrong. They're going to be waiting in line thinking that they're going to be different until they're not. Alexia has the dinner. They have a dinner. Oh yeah, for Alexia's birthday, they have a dinner. Lisa gets up because Lisa's the one that planned the dinner. So she gets up, she goes to the bathroom, and she says she feels helpless because she's 130 miles away from her children. She doesn't know what to do. I think I'm going to leave because I think I would have left too. I don't think that knowing that somebody's being snuck into my home, my mother-in-law is being kicked out, my children are being kicked out, my nanny can't stay there. She's telling the nanny, go back in and tell them something, trying to get the nanny involved. Leave that lady out of it. He told the nanny to go to the guest house. She was like, I know, I need you in the house. I need you in the house because I need to see if, because that woman is there and I need to see if she's going through my stuff, basically. She is. Girl, she don't respect you, nor your marriage, nor herself, or him. She's up in your shit trying your Gucci slides on, honey, and everything else. Trust it. April Jones was doing it. Girl. Kiki said you could tell he ain't no good by the shape of his head. Okay. Marisol. They talked about do you get high on your own supply? They're playing a game at the dinner. Marisol said, I remember the 80s, honey. I remember the 80s. Marisol said, you don't get high on your own supply. People know I'm a consumer. I am not a seller. I'm a consumer. Honey, I don't know if Marisol was trying to tell us she skis. I don't know what she was trying to tell us, that she hit the slopes sometimes. I guess she was, honey. She said she remembered the 80s. Ain't no telling. In Miami, baby. I wouldn't put it past her. Alexa, they said something about who would be the best prostitute or something like that. Who would be the best prostitute? And I think they were going on around the table, and then she goes to Julia. Julie goes, I think Julie goes, no, I wouldn't be. She's like, no, you would be a good prostitute because Russians are good prostitutes. Everybody was like, girl, what did she just say? Nicole was like, oh, you gonna get canceled. I even said it. I was online while I was tweeting as I was watching it. And I really thought it was fucked up because after she said it, everybody was visibly taken aback because they knew she had said something wrong. Everybody acknowledged without saying it, except for Nicole said, well, you're going to get canceled. You said something wrong. You said something stereotypical, and it was just wrong about a group of people. Everybody knows you just don't do that. How would you like it if they said all Cubans sell drugs? You would be a good dope dealer because you're Cuban. No, we don't say stuff like that. Nobody says stuff like that. And you could see how people can be, to say things stereotypical about a group of people, and how insensitive they can be, because she said, I don't care. I can say what I want to say. Because everybody was looking like, girl, what? She was like, I don't care. I could say what I want to say. I can say what I want to say. It's a free country or some shit, she said. And then she said, I was giving you a compliment. You told me I would make a good prostitute because I'm Russian. And then she went on to say, because, you know, back in the day, when the Russians would come over here, the Russian women, they would be prostitutes. Yes, girl, out of survival. I don't think there's too many women that choose that for fun. I'm sure there are some that are like, oh, this is fun. This is what I want to do. I find it fun. I could make money off of it, whatever. But there's most are doing it out of a way to survive. And it's just messed up. And Julia tried to explain that. And then she told her I was giving you a compliment. So the dinner went on. Julia was looking crazy, right? I would have been looking crazy at her ass too. And I was like, Julia, is Julia gonna let her slide with that? How come Julia didn't say anything? She was just looking crazy, right? Well, I don't care. I can say what I want. No, you can't. Well, yes, you can say what you want, but there are consequences. And you're not gonna like the response. You're definitely not gonna like the response. So they had the piñata out there. They said act like it's Lenny. They're hitting the piñata and having a good time. Lisa's leaving in the morning. She says she thought this was for the rest of her life. I'm gonna tell you a story. I remember when I was in a relationship, and I had to literally look myself in the mirror and ask myself, for the rest of your life. Like, look at yourself in the mirror and be like, girl, do you want to do this for the rest of your life? This is something you want to do for any length of time? Absolutely not. I was done the next day. For the rest of your life, Erica? No, ma'am. You don't want to do this for the rest of your life. You don't want to be in no relationship like this for the rest of your life or any length of time. She thought it was going to be for the rest of her life. I'm telling you, Disney has fucked us up. The rest of your life is not something that I think is a marketing tool for marriage. I think it's an awful marketing tool. It's like selling snake oil. Because one, nothing lasts forever. Two, when you look at the statistics, it tells you something different. So I wouldn't put any stock into a man for the rest of your life. I mean, to each his own. But if you investing in a man and you think you're going to do that investment for the rest of your life, only if it's mutually, as long as it's mutually beneficial, then I could see you keep investing. But when it's no ROI, dump the stock. I don't give a damn how long you've been investing in it. Sorry. Marisol said, do you want me to hook you up with somebody at the bank? I know somebody at the bank. Right. Let's get to the money, honey. Larsa brings up Gertie's opinion. Yeah, because when they were, when Lisa first told everybody, Gertie was like, you need to be a strong girl. You need to be in Lisa's lane. You need to not, giving her all this advice. And Larsa specifically was like, girl, okay, you haven't been through a divorce. You don't know really what to expect. So your advice really is like, whatever. So she brings it up. Larsa brings up Gertie's opinion. And Gertie says, well, why couldn't I say anything? And they were just trying to say, well, you don't know. You haven't had the experience. Doesn't mean she can't give the woman advice. Right? Doesn't mean you can't give advice. It doesn't mean that you can't. And I don't think what Gertie was saying was that bad. She was just saying to focus on you. This is about you and your kids. Stop worrying about him. What you need to be worried about after this man has told you, get out of his house, get out of his house with the kids. There, you should not be worried. He's already demonstrated that he doesn't care about your well-being or his children's well-being. So at that point, you need to focus on you and your children. And that's what Gertie was saying. Larsa didn't like it. She said, I can have an opinion if I want to. I can talk if I want to. If a situation is happening, I can offer my opinion if I want to. And you can't tell me not to. And just because my opinion is different from yours doesn't mean it's less than. That's what she said. And I agree. Alexia and Julia, they went to they were going someplace, but they stopped to get some coffee, which is so cute. They stopped and got some coffee. They're getting coffee and something to eat. And Nicole tells Alexia, are you getting something to eat too? She was like, yeah. She was like, because I don't want to be the only fat ass. Girl, I'm eating. I don't give a damn what y'all think. But honey, they have on barely anything. Nicole's outfit was so cute. I don't know where they were going, but she had on like a little samba skirt. Her skirt was like short in the front and long in the back, and then she had like a little shirt on with the sleeves coming down. So cute. I was like, yes, Nicole. Nicole is my favorite. I go back and forth. Nicole, Marisol are my favorites. Larsa, I'm on the fence with, because I don't know about Larsa. I like how Larsa keeps people off of her. Like, I like that part of her. Like, honey, you say something to me, don't expect me to bark back. I'm gonna bite your ass, and that's it. So I was like, when she said that, I was like, okay, maybe I could get with Larsa, because girl, we don't bite, don't bark, bite. We ain't barking, we biting. And if you don't like what I said, that means that you shouldn't have said nothing to me first. If you don't know what I'm about to say, that means you should probably not say nothing to me first, because I'm gonna for sure back you off of me. So proceed at your own risk, okay? So Alexia apologizes to Julia. Everybody else goes into the van. They get their coffees and espressos and everything. They go into the van, ready to go wherever they're going. And Julia and Alexia are left outside getting their order. And Alexia says, you know what, Julia, she puts her hand on her shoulder. She says, I'm so sorry about yesterday. I was like, oh, okay, good, bitch. And then she kept going. I was like, oh my God. She kept going, trying to make excuses for why she said it, right? I'm sorry. I know that it was uncomfortable. I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable. Julia says, well, you took it too far, girl. She told her just like that. You took it too far. And she says, there are other comments that you've made in the past. And, you know, when you talk about Russian women being prostitutes, you're talking about an assumed reputation based on a stereotype, women don't, choose it as just like I said earlier, they don't choose it as a fun thing to do. It's chosen out of survival. Um, and for you to say something that insensitive, like I would make a good prostitute because I'm Russian, I just don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So she's telling her that, and she was like, well, when the women would come over from Russia, that's what they would do. And she said, it's just messed up because you're over there, because when they had, Alexia's dinner, she opened a gift from her husband, Todd. He sent her a watch. I think the watch was like $50,000 or $60,000. And Julia goes, yeah. And then you're like, with your expensive watch and things, talking down about women who, need to survive. She says, you're here with your fancy watch talking about women making money with their bodies when you got your money from from drugs. I said, Julia, yes, you better back her off of you. You better back her off of you. Yes, bitch. So, I mean, what are we saying here? You saying I would make a good prostitute, but you sitting up here with your fancy watch and everything, talking down on women who use their bodies to make money, and you made your money from drugs. Well, no, she said, right? And then she goes, well, no, that's not true. She was like, no, I don't care. So then Alexia was offended. She was offended. So the girls are in the van. They were like, oh, are they talking his hands? She doing her hand like this. She doing her hand like this. Is Alexia doing her hand like that? She was like, no, get your hand out of my face. It's Julia. Get your hand out of my face. I didn't understand what the hell was wrong with Alexia. I don't like that. It's almost like I said, it's like Ramona Singer. It's an elitist bigot. That's what she gives me. But the truth is, you came from the bottom, right? And for you to be sitting up here with your little fancy watch talking about women who use their bodies to make money, when you was married to a man who sold drugs. They made a whole goddamn documentary about your children's father and his crew and what they used to do in Miami in the 80s. Cocaine cowboys. So we want to know how you able to put your car in an elevator and fly up to the 60th floor and pull your car out. Your garage is on the same floor as your apartment. Okay? And I don't know what other businesses Alexia has going on, but the beauty bar, my dear, we know is not affording you a garage on the same level as your house on the 60th floor. Okay. So they get back in the van, right? Everybody's like, okay, well, is everything okay? She says, well, she was talking, about the Russian prostitutes and this and that. And so Adriana, without even knowing, they might have already talked about it the night before. She says, well, that would be like you. I mean, they made a whole documentary about your husband, your ex-husband. How would you like it if somebody says Cubans are known for selling drugs? She was like, ugh. So now Adrian, so she goes, I would not take that from somebody who sleeps with married men or who dates married men. She was like, girl, I don't know he's married. First of all, you just told me. This is Alexia trying to get Adriana off of her, because they were right about that comparison. I think it was a great comparison, because I'm sure if a blanket statement was made about Cubans and drugs, you would not like it, because you are Cuban, and we know about the whole goddamn documentary. It's on Netflix, Cocaine Cowboys. Go watch it. Alexia is in the documentary. Okay. I said it's like she's embarrassed about being wrong, so she's attacking everyone, and she's making an excuse for everything. First, she said it because Lenny was Russian and she's mad at Lenny. Then she told her it was because I saw a documentary where they talked about the Russian women coming over and using prostitution to make money. And then she told her it was a compliment. Girl, you're wrong, and you don't know how to say you're wrong. And you should say, when she first started off her apology, I was like, oh, that's nice. Okay, I'm glad she said, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. I shouldn't have said that. That was just wrong. I don't even know why I said that. It's a stereotype, and I shouldn't have never even said that. And she could have kept it like that. But then she started, well, I'm mad at Lenny, and Lenny is Russian. I'm mad at Lenny. So you gotta say all the women are prostitutes, and this lady would make a good prostitute because you mad at Lenny. But I thought it was a compliment. So is you mad at Lenny, or is it a compliment? And then she said, she saw a documentary. So what is it? You're wrong about what you said, and you are so embarrassed and too embarrassed to apologize and just say, I fucked up. I was wrong. I shouldn't have made a blanket generalized statement like that about a group of people. It's wrong, because I wouldn't like it if people did it about Cubans and drugs. Period. Anyways, y'all, that was the end of the episode. Y'all let me know what you think of the episode. Get down in the comments. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.